All right, Gojo Clan, we here to talk about Highguard, man. I want to give y'all my raw, real first time experience in the game, and I just want to talk about what I thought of it. And obviously I hear all the negative comments and stuff like that, and a lot of it is crazy because it's from people who ain't even played the game. It's cool, it is what it is. But for me, after putting in like 7 hours on the game, and then all of today I kind of listened to other content creators, I read chats, I read comments, I did all the little bit of research that I could, and then I was like, you know what, I got my own thoughts. And some people I think have valid points, and I just want to put my point out there and give you guys the most honest opinion I have on the game. Not locked behind no paywall. I'm not being sponsored by nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? This is just my honest opinion. My honest opinion is obviously the game does have some issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the big issues that I understand could definitely turn people away was just the fact that it was buggy. I didn't fully experience this really, but other people were saying like they would get into a game and in the queue, they would kind of just sit in the screen, and then it finally would show the game and it would say like 4 out of 6 or 5 out of 6 players. And if nobody else joined, then they was going to send them back to the lobby and they was going to have to queue again. I got that all of one time, but a lot of people apparently got that a lot more times than not. Other people also kind of experienced some lagginess and rubber banding. I didn't really experience that, so I can't fully speak on that, but from what I've seen of other people experience it, I can understand also that being a headache and you be like, all right, dog, I'm out of here. Now, one thing that I did experience, which was kind of annoying, but it stopped after like the second game. I was getting kicked out of the entire game after I did the tutorial, after I invited my boys to the lobby, and then again after 2 games. It stopped after, again, that second game, and I didn't experience it again. But again, that was the extent of technical difficulties that I had, because after that, it was smooth sailing on the game for me. Like, again, no other issues. Now, for me personally, y'all, when I got into the game, I was already kind of looking at some of the characters, and I was like, ooh, character design look fire. The abilities sound fire. And look, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it a buck, y'all. I enjoy games like that. I love abilities, and a lot of it is because I come from Apex Legends. I like the way that that kind of changes the game, changes a fight. I like the strategy behind that. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to work around this character's abilities, or you got to work around this one because they might do a certain thing like a recon character. You know, just I enjoy that aspect of video games. I know a lot of other people are tired of it. Me personally, I love it. But not only did I enjoy the characters, once I got into some of the action, that was so much fun. To get into the action again while you fighting for the sword, I thought that that was dope. I like that concept. And especially when them raids was going on. Oh, you nigga, you want to talk about intense fights? Oh my God, that shit, it had my blood up. And I was super like, oh my God, I was juiced off that shit. I was like, oh, yo, they coming from over here. I'm giving call outs left and right. Hey, watch out, this nigga trying to do this. Hey, watch out for a grenade. Hold on, this thing doing it. Yo, it was so much fun. I enjoyed that so much. Now, what I will say is the first 2 games, I was confused as hell. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, yo, wait, what? With that, I even seen that there were other content creators that was basically saying, yo, we can understand and we see that a lot of that's going on is confusing. You don't know what's going on. The viewers are just lost. And I didn't think about that aspect in the middle of playing it because I'm just kind of forming my own thoughts and opinions on it. But not only that, I'm still also trying to learn the game. But now today I sit back and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's a real good point. I guess it would be. But then my counter argument to that would be, so is Overwatch and so is Marvel Rivals. Now again, I understand some people don't play them games because there's too much going on. So that's fair. I'm not shitting on you for thinking that. That is a fair critique, bro. I'm not hating on that. But even with all that, I still was like, okay, I'm having a real good time though, because the guns felt solid. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, some of them did kind of feel like a slight bit of a ripoff from Apex Legends, but it's the devs. You know, they had a big hand in creating Apex, so that I kind of expected some of that to pull up over here. But the gunplay felt good. The raids felt great. The fights were fun and engaging when you got into fights. Now, the reason I say when you got into fights is because in the process of the earlier rounds, when you're trying to fortify your base and then you got to go out there and find loot, there's not much action going on. which, all right, that's cool. That's just the whole point of the game. My issue with it is it's such a big map. There's a good, what, maybe 3 minutes in there. Maybe I might be gassing. It might not even be a full 3 minutes, but it feels like a full 3 minutes of nothing going on. Again, a battle royale game could be just like that. You could be running around for loot and not find nothing and not even find no real action. So I'm not saying like, yo, this is the thing that's gonna kill the game. But what I will say is, if the map is gonna be that big, why not put to be a 6v6 or a 9v9? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought when I jumped in, and it was my homeboys that had to let me know, like, nah, it's a 3v3, which cool, but maybe we make the map a little smaller, or again, we add more players into it. I think that would be fun. And my reason for that is because of the characters that you got and the way the gunfights feel when you actually get into fights. Like that feels so damn good. Like, yo, I can't stress enough how good the fights feel. And on top of that, with the characters and their abilities, you start mixing that shit up in there. So now you gotta worry about that. Boy, I'm telling y'all. But even with all that being said, I was watching Tim the Tatman, and he was saying that he didn't feel like Highguard was a game that was easy for viewers to watch. That's a fair take. If something is hard to watch, I do understand that, because for me personally, I don't find arc raiders all that enjoyable to watch anymore. Like, maybe when it first came out, I was kind of interested because I was still like, yo, what's going on here? How's the gameplay? And then you see just the cycle, the loop, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, oh, I don't fully care to watch this game. But what I do enjoy is watching certain creators. And if they playing it, I'll probably stick around because I enjoy that creator. And honestly, I feel like that's kind of how a lot of this goes. If somebody enjoys a creator, they're going to watch that creator no matter what they play. At least that's how I view it. I did see a lot of people kind of say some of the same things that I'm saying now, which is just like, the game has potential and they think it was okay. But some of the gripes is like, oh, you know, just this really big map. If there was more action, which I think I agree with. I know it's not a battle royale or anything like that, but I think with the way the game plays, there could be more action in it. But if you just getting on here and you like, the game is shit just because the game is shit and I wasn't gonna give it a shot no ways, then cool, I guess, bro. But like, why is you mad that other people actually want to enjoy it? You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of that too, where people are saying like, anybody who even enjoyed the game, like, yo, what? You're lying. You're a bot. They paid you. It's like, no, some people enjoyed it. Again, me personally, I enjoyed it. I would say my biggest takeaway from it was that this was a game, even while I kept playing, I said to myself, this is going to be a game that's going to be really, really hard to play if you don't have friends. If you going in there solo dolo, right? Because let's just say one of your boys is out and he's got to go to work, or somebody is busy with this and it's just you. That's where the experience is going to really be rocky, in my opinion. And I say that only because like the way the game is played, the way you kind of need to have that coordination and the team synergy and stuff like that, especially since you're going to raid another base, I think that's where it's gonna fall short. And again, it's not because people can't pick up on the game, learn it and stuff like that. Everybody can pick up on those things. Siege does just fine, and you need team coordination. But with this, I feel like people are gonna just spread out and do their own thing. You're gonna have one person that's chasing kills, you're gonna have the next person that's actually trying to do the objective, and then there's gonna be that middle person that's just like, I don't know what to do, or I don't know who to follow. And the second you get split up and you get the team that you're going up against to run up on you, y'all gonna get gunned down and you gonna lose every single time. And then people gonna get fed up and then they just gonna log out. It is a lot more fun when you got your boys on there, like 10 times more fun. Like, boy, I'm telling y'all, I had a lot of fun when I was on with my boys. Now, again, I'm gonna chalk that up to, it was day one, the game just came out. Obviously, people were still just learning the game, so I wasn't knocking them for that. And again, with all that being said, y'all, I thought the game was good. It was something that I could see myself playing again. It's something that if they polish a few things and maybe even consider either making the map smaller or giving you more teammates on this bigger map so it feels a little bit more chaotic, just a little bit, you don't want to do too much, I think it'd be better that way. As it stands right now, I think it's cool. I enjoyed this game, man. I mean, again, I played it for hours and me and my boys all kind of said the same thing, where it was like, this shit was fun. Learning the characters, figuring out strategies, enjoying gaming the way that I feel like I should enjoy gaming, you know, getting in there with a blank sheet of paper and I'm just gonna play the game, and I'm gonna let the paper kind of get filled out by the game itself, not by, oh, well, this person said this, so I'm gonna say, nope, it's getting a negative review right there for me because this person said this. Nah, man, get up in there yourself and see. You never know. Get some of your friends and see if y'all enjoy it that way, because I promise you, it's a good time. There are things to be worked on, so Highground, if you ever see this, I don't think you got a shit game. I don't think it's a dead game. I think there are things to be worked on. If you get all them things sorted out, you could have something on your hands. This game got a lot of potential, in my opinion. But that's just me, y'all. What do you think? I know it's gonna be a lot of people up in the comment section that's calling me a shield, or they gonna say all types of crazy shit. It is what it is. Hey, cool. I'm letting y'all know I had a good time, and I think they got something on their hands. So that's all I got, man. Thank y'all for stopping by and watching this video, and I look forward to catching you in the next one. Peace, hair grease.